Are the Danish citizenship rules going to change? Are the criteria for applying for Danish citizenship only going to become more and more strict? Who is demanding that these rules be changed? And if they indeed change, then who is this going to impact? Is it only going to impact new applicants? Or is it also going to impact people who are currently on the bill that is being negotiated in December 2024? Or will it impact people who are to appear in the bill of April 2025? Well, if you have been watching the news and if Danish citizenship is something that you care for, then you must be rather confused or rather overwhelmed by all the recent developments. In this explainer video, I'm trying to lend some clarity, and I hope to bring some clarity by going through the controversy and going through what is and what is proposed so that we help each other understand this current situation better. So let's see what are the current Danish rules. Quickly, let's go through that. According to Danish citizenship rules as on today, if you want to acquire Danish citizenship, you have to meet following 10 criteria. What are they? Firstly, you should have lived in Denmark uninterrupted for a duration of 9 years. And secondly, you should have held permanent resident status for at least 2 years. And if you're applying as a refugee, you should have held permanent residence for at least 1 year. You should have no criminal record if you want to acquire Danish citizenship. The government actually does a proper check. The police is involved. They check their criminal registers, and it's very important that you have no criminal record whatsoever. It's important that the applicant has no debt to the state and owes the state no money. For instance, you should have no SU loans that are unpaid. You should also have no fines of any kind. For instance, if you got a fine and a speeding ticket and that amounted to more than 3,000 Danish kroner, then you will not qualify for Danish citizenship. Thereafter, it is important that you can prove that you have high level of Danish language skills, and you can do that through the test PD3, Pro i Dansk 3, or FVU level 4. It is important that you have the same Danish language skills as that of someone in 9th grade of Danish public school, Dansk Folkeskole. Then it is important that you can prove that you can economically take care of yourself, that you're economically self-sufficient. And in order to prove that, you will have to show that you have held full-time employment for a period of 3.5 years continuously in the last 4 years. Also, you should have to take the Danish citizenship test that was introduced in November 2021, and you will have to pass this Danish citizenship test in Indfødsretsprøven. It is also necessary that you sign a document confirming and promising your loyalty to Denmark. It is also important that you have not received any state support in the last 2 years, for instance, kontanthjælp. And if you have received any Danish support from the state, then it is important that it is not exceeding a period of 4 months in the last 5 years. And finally, when you have met all these criteria and you have put in an application and your application has been accepted and your name has appeared in a bill and the bill has been negotiated and it has become a law, the final step before you acquire Danish citizenship is that you have to go and shake the mayor's hand, and you have to participate in a constitution ceremony, a Grundlov ceremony that is organized by your commune, the commune in which you reside. These are the overall demands and criteria that you have to meet if you want to acquire Danish citizenship. Now, I'm not going into very many details because there are a lot of aspects to all of these rules. What happens if you are, for instance, self-employed? What happens if your child is just about to turn 18? Many other considerations. This video is just about understanding what is the controversy that has developed in the last 2 weeks and in the last couple of months, and what is the proposal we are talking about. Now, let's talk about the proposal. If you have been watching the news, you have noticed that Liberal Alliance, a Danish right-wing political party, has proposed that these Danish citizenship rules be made more strict. They are demanding that 8 new changes be made to the current rules. Now, what is Liberal Alliance demanding? Liberal Alliance is of the opinion that these Danish citizenship rules should be tightened and 8 new changes be made. These are, first and foremost, they are of the opinion that no citizenship should be granted to people who have anti-democratic values and an anti-democratic mindset. Liberal Alliance is of the opinion that currently we are rather easygoing and loose with who we offer Danish citizenship to. You have to understand that Danish parties believe that in order for someone to get Danish citizenship, they have to really live up to very high criteria. They have to prove their loyalty. They have to prove that they will be efficient members of the country. And more than anything else, they have to prove that they are vibing well and are in sync with Danish democratic values. And some parties believe that is not something they can prove or check. And thereby, Liberal Alliance is proposing that going forward, each and every applicant who has already met the objective criteria should be handled individually and invited to an interview where they can be asked all manner of questions and they can get a sense of whether this applicant shares Danish democratic values or not. So that's Liberal Alliance's first proposed change. Thereafter, Liberal Alliance is also proposing that the rules for accompanying children should be made sharper. Today, if you are a minor, you automatically get Danish citizenship if your parent is getting Danish citizenship. But Liberal Alliance is of the opinion that if the minor is between the ages of 15 and 18 years, they should not automatically get Danish citizenship, but instead they should make an independent application for Danish citizenship. The Liberal Alliance is also demanding that the language skills, greater language skills be demonstrated through the test StudiProven, and PD3 is not enough to prove your language of Danish skills. Liberal Alliance believes that many people who are new Danes, who have just acquired Danish citizenship, are actually not able to speak or write Danish fluently, and so the demands should be made tougher. Liberal Alliance also believes that Nordic citizens should also be asked to take Indfødsrets test, the citizenship test, and they should not be given any exemptions. Liberal Alliance wants to challenge international conventions. They also want to tighten the demand of how long one should have a permanent residence before they can apply for Danish citizenship. Further, they want to increase the cost of applying for citizenship and the fees for this application, and they want to increase it from 4,000 kroner to 6,000 kroner. And finally, they also want to tighten the clause for giving dispensation. Now, these are the 8 new proposals. And it's very important that we understand these are proposals made by one particular Danish party, Liberal Alliance. Well, they are of the opinion that if the current government does not accept these 8 demands, and if they do not remove 2 people's names from the bill, then they will not vote for the current bill on 19 December 2024. If they don't vote for the bill on 19 December 2024, that is going to impact all the 3,000 people whose names appear on the bill. There are 2,010 people who appear on the bill, and there are 900 accompanying children, B persona. So essentially, nearly 3,000 people whose names appear in the bill. And if LA refuses to vote in favor of the bill, then all these 3,000 people will potentially be left in the lurch. And they have been wishing and waiting and working and hoping to get Danish citizenship for a very long time, and it will be really adversely impacting them. Now, a very interesting incident has happened in the last month. In mid-November, 3 random people out of these 3,000 people were invited to appear for an interview in front of the Indfødsrets committee, which is the citizenship committee. And that's because they had written something inflammatory or not so nice, not democratic opinions in their social media some years ago. They had either written anti-Semitic comments or homophobic comments. And this is something Liberal Alliance and Danish Folkeparti have been watching and have reported that these people whose names actually appear in the current bill have previously held non-democratic values and attitudes and beliefs. So these three people were invited to an interview. This is absolutely 100% unprecedented. It has never happened. It has taken everyone by surprise. Obviously, it has taken these three individuals by surprise. And it so happens that after their interview, Liberal Alliance believes that two of these people are unfit to acquire Danish citizenship, and their names should be removed. And this is one of their biggest demands, that their 8 proposals should be accepted by the government. These 2 individuals should be removed from the bill, and only then will Liberal Alliance vote for the current bill in 2024. This brings us to the question, if these proposals are indeed accepted, then who will it impact? And we don't know that until 19th of December 2024. We just have to wait it out. We have to sit back, watch, be alert, and potentially keep our fingers crossed. Because it could so happen, if these proposals are indeed accepted by the government, then maybe the people who are in the current bill may also have to wait it out and meet new criteria for language, new criteria for their accompanying children. Maybe they have to appear for an interview. We do not know. Do not panic. Just wait it out. We have to wait till 19th of December 2024 when we will know better. But this explainer video is only trying to bring clarity and dispel some of the confusion, because a lot has been going on in the media around this matter. And it is a sensitive topic for the country. It is a sensitive topic for all those applying to be citizens in this country. And therefore, we have to just hold our horses for now. I hope to make another video after the 19th of December when we will know better. I must give a big thank you and appreciation for the team called Fair Statsborgerskab, who also run a Facebook page, and their board members Miriam Thompson and Kirsten Koch, who do an incredible job of guiding citizenship applicants and who bring a lot of clarity to the conversation. I'm making this video in English because much of the conversation on these Facebook channels is in Danish, and rightly so. If you are a Danish citizenship applicant, you should be able to follow this conversation in Danish. Yet, for the benefit of the wider audience and for perhaps family members who are not yet fully abreast with the Danish language, I'm making this explainer video in English. If this video has been helpful for you, please show support for this channel by subscribing to the channel. That will encourage me to make more such insightful videos. I'm interested in the life of expats, migrants, and diaspora, and I'm interested in all aspects of a diaspora's life, and that's why this channel is about discovering and discussing all aspects, fun and serious aspects of a diaspora's life. I hope we continue the conversation around citizenship rules. Let's hold our horses, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye. I will see you again with the next video very soon. Take care.